Welcome to another ShotrOK training video. My name is Mark Taylor. I'm the lead engineer for ShotrOK and installer. We're going to continue our training series here on the Toshiba telephone system. We're going to cover three things: caller ID button, the ring call pickup button, and the park key. I'm zoomed out on this particular video so you can actually see the three phones. It's going to make it a little bit easier. First of all, we're going to cover the caller ID button. The caller ID button on this particular phone is right here. It's labeled caller ID. The caller ID button is used to review the last 10 calls that have rang your telephone. So when someone calls your telephone from the outside, you're going to have their caller ID number, name and number, display up in this large screen. So what happens is the last 10 calls will be captured into your telephone, and you're able to press this key and review it. Now, since this is a demo kit, I can't actually get outside calls, but go ahead on your telephone. Once you've received some calls, press the caller ID button. It'll show green, and then you'll have the soft keys will show next, previous, and call. You're able to press those keys to go through the features. You can scroll through the last 10 that have actually rang your telephone. When you're done, don't forget to press the caller ID button off again so it goes dark. The next feature is the ring call pickup button. Right there on this particular phone, it's right here, ring call pickup. This feature is used to pick up a phone that's ringing near you, or one that you can hear. For small applications, we usually just put all the phones into one large pickup group. That way, if there's any phone ringing in the building, you simply press the ring call pickup key and you've got the call. For larger applications, we have maybe 40, 50, 60, hundreds of phones, we'll actually make pickup groups. And these will make it a little bit more manageable. What we don't want to happen is when you're trying to pick up Alan's phone next to you, we don't want you picking Bob's phone up on the second floor that's ringing. So we will make those groups smaller. If you happen to press the ring call pickup key and you get a busy signal, that means maybe the call has already forwarded to voicemail and you're not able to get it. So don't worry about that. Again, if you press the ring call pickup key when a phone's ringing and you get a busy signal, that just means someone else has already picked up the call, or the caller hung up, or it's gone to their voicemail. To demonstrate it, I'm going to call from Alan's phone here. I'm going to call Jason's telephone. Jason's telephone is ringing, and we see it blinking down here. So my telephone, I'll raise the handset up, press the ring call pickup key. You notice my screen changed immediately. I'm talking to extension 200. So Alan was calling Jason. I raised my handset up and pressed my ring call pickup key and answered the call. Let's do that again. For whatever reason, Jason's receiving an outside call or internal call. I'm going to use Alan's phone to demonstrate this. Alan's calling Jason. Jason's phone's ringing. See the call keys ringing right here. I can hear it, and for whatever reason I want to answer it. I raise my handset up, press the ring call pickup key, watch the screen change. As soon as I press that key, I've now answered the call, and I'm talking to whoever is calling Jason's telephone. So that's a handy feature, especially if you're sharing it off with somebody, or for whatever reason you need to cover another extension. Remember to use that ring call pickup key. The next feature is the park button. Now the park button is what I call the button of last resort. It's a button that you use once you exhausted all other options. For whatever reason, a caller has called in and they want Bob, let's say. Well, I offered the caller, well, Bob's not available right now, would you like his voicemail? For whatever reason, they say, no, I don't want his voicemail, I've got to find Bob. Well, you'll say, okay, well, let me park the call and I'll page Bob and we'll try to find him for you. So this gives you a chance to actually locate Bob. In this demonstration, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Alan call me. My call key, I'm talking to Alan on the phone, and Alan wants me to transfer the call to Jason. Well, I know Jason isn't at his desk for whatever reason, and I say, Alan, Jason's not available. Would you like his voicemail? No, I really have got to find him. That's what Alan says. So I'll say, well, let me try and page him for you. On my phone, I have a park orbit key and a page group key. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to park the extension to Jason's extension. So the calls come in, I'm going to press park, and I'm going to say park it to Jason's extension, which happens to be 203. So I'll press park, dial 203, and then I can immediately page and say, Jason, you have a call parked at your extension. And then I can hang up. If you've noticed, Jason's park orbit button is lit up red. And Jason heard the page. He's walking through the office, and he heard that he's got a call parked to his extension. And Jason knows he's extension 203. So Jason can walk to his telephone and press the red button and pick up the call. But Jason's a curious type of guy. He's never at his desk. So he happens to walk into my desk and go, Mark, I've got a call. Can I use your phone? Sure. So Jason can press the park key, dial his extension number where the call was parked to, and now he's back to having the call. So let's do that one more time. I'm talking to an outside line. It happens to be Alan right now. He wants me to find Jason. He doesn't want his voicemail. He's got to speak to him immediately. Let me see if I can find him for you. So I know Jason's extension number is 203. So to keep it simple, I'm going to just say I'm going to park the call to Jason's extension. So I press park key, and I have to dial 203. Then I can immediately page right below it using the group page button or all page button. Jason, you have a call parked at your extension. And I can hang up. If you notice, the call is gone from my telephone. It is at Jason's phone parked on his park key. And Jason can walk over into his office and press the key. And we call that park pickup local. Local is when you walk to your telephone where it's parked at, where the button is red, and that's where you can pick the call. Now, park pickup remote is where you're not picking it up at your desk. It's where you're going to pick it up where it's not on the phone. So Jason walks over to my telephone, and you can see on my screen it says that the call is parked at 203. And Jason can walk over, press the park key, dial his extension number where it was parked to, 203, and now I'm talking to the outside party. Now, the park key or park timer is traditionally longer. It's 2 minutes before it will recall to the person who put the call on park. So when Alan called my telephone and I placed the call on park, if Jason doesn't pick the call up in 2 minutes, it will recall back to me and say recall park. And then I'll have to say, well, look, he's not picking up the phone. How about his voicemail? And when I see him, I'll give him a message for you. Again, that park timer is 2 minutes. And that just gives you longer time because you're not at your desk to walk around and to get to a telephone. Maybe you're in the warehouse. Maybe you're in the kitchen for whatever reason. Speaking about kitchens, this is also a great feature to where if you happen to get caught, let's say in the kitchen or in another person's office, you can simply park it to your extension and walk to your office instead of trying to transfer it and run throughout the office like you're O.J. Simpson or something. So again, one more time, you've got a call and calls come in. Maybe I'm in the file room and I need to get back to my office, or maybe I'm in the office and I need to get to the file room to look up something. To simply press the park key, dial whatever number you want to park it to. Then you can walk over, take your time, you've got 2 minutes, walk over to the phone you parked it at, press the red key, and now you're talking on the phone. Well, that concludes this particular video on the training series that we're going over. I hope you've enjoyed it, and catch you on the next one. Thank you.